Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a little bit different to my usual makeup, skincare, that sort of thing. Today's video is about sharing what my heritage is, my ethnicity. So a friend of mine recently sent off her DNA to myheritage.com. That's the company that I've used. And after about 5 to 6 weeks you get your results back, and it tells you what your ethnicity is and what your genetic group is. So I was really interested to try and find out what mine was. Now in my head I'm South Asian, right? My dad's from Pakistan, my mum's born in Kenya in Nairobi, but she's Indian. But at the same time, so many of us look so different, don't necessarily look South Asian. I get mistaken for being Arab a lot. You may not believe me, but you don't have to, because you're not there with me when this conversation happens. I suppose I would say that that's happened a lot more over the past 2-3 years after I started using sunscreen and acids and my skin color got a lot lighter, that people assumed it. And I'm like, no, I'm South Asian. I don't believe that I look Arab at all. I mean, I know that I don't necessarily look obvious as to what my ethnicity may be, but I definitely wouldn't say that I sit within the look of a stereotypical Arab person. I really wanted to find out what my ethnicity was, what the breakdown was, etc. right? So first off, I'm gonna just let you know is that I don't really know that much about my mom's background, other than that her family come from India, and that's all I really know. My dad's family I know a lot more about. My granddad, mashallah, is 100 years old. He's still alive. He's 101 years old this year. And he's always told my dad a lot about their background, their heritage. My dad was also raised by his great-grandparents, meaning he knows a lot more about his heritage than, for example, my mum would. They also talked about it a lot more. So my dad always used to say to me, he said, yeah, okay, so my grandma, who passed away when I was about 9 years old, she's born in Amritsar in India, which is in the Punjab. And then when the partition happened, which was literally a couple of months before my dad was born. If the partition hadn't happened, he would have been born in Amritsar because his older sister is. My dad was then born in Pakistan, and that's where she's born anyway. That doesn't mean that's where her family necessarily originate from. Same as me being born and raised in the UK in London, but I'm not white English, am I? So my granddad, on the other hand, my granddad is one of 12 children. My granddad is the oldest of 12. He's only got one surviving sibling, my grand uncle, who actually lives in London. To look at him, it looks like a little old white guy. He's got blue eyes. His skin is very, very white, and it always has been. His children, as a result, green eyes, hazel eyes. I've got family members, I've got second cousins of mine, they're white. And I don't mean fair skin, which I hate that term. I don't mean like a pale skin Asian. I mean they look like two white women. Brown hair, blue eyes, white skin. But yet their sisters have got darker skin, and it's all very like, where are we actually from? How does this work? It's fascinating. But my granddad's family come from Afghanistan. And then my dad said, and then it moved over from Afghanistan, Iran and Turkey. So I kind of already knew a lot about this. Me and my brother have got very similar features-ish, but we're completely different skin colors. My brother is at least 5-6 shades darker than me. It's crazy the way that ethnicity works. So if you do want to find out what your genetic background is, myheritage.com cost me £35, took a couple of weeks. Myheritage.com also picks up relations that other people you may have within the world, and it found a second cousin of mine. I don't know who she is, and it appears to be a Sikh name, so that wouldn't surprise me because I don't know that side of my family really. So what the ethnicity estimate has said is that my genetic group, apparently there are something like 2,000 genetic groups, my genetic group is called South Asian. Unsurprisingly, I am 71.6% South Asian. But what I love about this website and this company is it has managed to use my DNA to literally tell me exactly where I am from. This is what it's broken it down into 3 regions, right? It says Pakistan, the Punjab, correct. India, the Punjab, correct. And Afghanistan, Kandahar. So I am basically half Punjabi and half Pathan, which I know that I am pretty much, but I didn't realize how specific it would be at pinpointing exactly where I'm from, right? So now let's go over to the rest of the percentage. Again, this bit wasn't a surprise to me. I am 15.5% West Asian. Now, West Asia, for those of you that don't know, because obviously Asia is a very large place, covers areas such as parts of Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Turkey, Cyprus, Syria, Lebanon, and Iran and Iraq. So again, when my dad said we came from Iran and Iraq and Turkey. Those are the areas. Obviously, West Asia is a large area. I don't believe myself to be Georgian, so it's definitely the part of me that is from West Asia is Turkish and Iranian. So basically Persian. So my name, Charlena, is a Persian name. It's two Persian names put together to make a name. My dad made it up or something, I don't know. So yeah, so I'm 15.5% West Asian. We've still got more to go though, you guys. So obviously the majority breakdown is South Asian, Punjabi and Pathan. This is the one that surprised me, you guys. I am 8.7% Scandinavian, like Vikings. Which one of my family members went all the way there? They even show you a map and it's all very localized, and then you've got Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland over there. And I'm just like, did somebody get in a boat and go somewhere? That's crazy. I can't believe. I always believe myself to be fully South Asian, which I pretty much am. 8.7% of me is Scandinavian. And it says, and it gives you a breakdown as well. Scandinavia is a region of Northern Europe that includes Sweden, Norway and Denmark. Scandinavian people share a common North Germanic heritage. Germanic tribes of antiquity traveled south to continental Europe along to do blah, 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 about Odin and the Norse mythology. Oh, okay, so Thor. Okay. And then the remaining 4.2%, which I would actually say explains why I looked how I did when I was a child, and still explains to an extent the way that I look today, is I'm 4.2% Central Asian. Now, Central Asia covers Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, I can't even say that one, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, parts of Afghanistan and parts of Azerbaijan. Just to give you a tiny bit of a background, Central Asian people trace their origins to the nomadic ethnic groups who roamed the steppes of Central Asia along the Silk Road trade route between Europe and Asia. The Huns and the Mongols, with their infamous leader Genghis Khan, swept over the desert landscape of northern Central Asia to conquer new territory and expand their respective empires. Weren't they murdering rapists? Isn't it apparently some sort of random fact that loads of people are related to Genghis Khan and his people because the men there were just going around doing what they wanted with whatever they wanted with any women that they came across? So that's it, you guys. Wow, amazing. You guys should try it out. You could be surprised. It's amazing to see how your heritage is, your ethnicity is. Another thing that I love about this website is it also picks up your DNA and tells you where your DNA matches live. Apparently I've got 24 in the UK, I've got some in Turkey, in Singapore, Germany, Ireland, Australia. But that just goes to show where all my distant relatives have moved over the years. That doesn't mean that they're actually from there. It's like, again, like me being born in the UK. And it's picked up one extended family member. It says this DNA match is likely to be a first cousin once removed through second cousins once removed. A shared DNA with them, probable relationship, second cousin. But what I love about this in particular is that if you click on your ethnicity, so mine being the Punjab and Afghanistan, and it also says under it Pakistanis and Indians in the Punjab from both areas and some in Afghanistan, and some of their descendants in Kenya, Tanzania and England. My mum's from Kenya. It even knows where my family members are, so I've probably got family members or did at some point in Tanzania as well, and I've obviously got loads of cousins in the UK as well. But another amazing thing about this is it actually picks up timelines of where your DNA first started. So mine actually goes back, it says, to 1800, and in 1800 my DNA was detected somewhere near Bangladesh, in India, near an area called Jamshedpur. That's where it was picked up in the 1800s. And then when you play the timeline, it slowly starts making its way up, 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 up. It actually shows you where it starts. I'm not going to hold it up, sorry, I've got private information on that. It actually takes you through the 1800s to the 2000s, and it actually lets you know where your DNA was detected and at what time. So between 1950 and 2000, my DNA was picked up in Kenya, mother, and was picked up around Pakistan, and was specifically, it's hovering over very much over Amritsar. The way that it shows you is it shows you a map, and then it's got a line around an entire area, and then there are green spots as to where your DNA was picked up. Mine seems to be very much hovering around Amritsar, which is, like I said, where my grandma is from. My grandma has a massive family. I know I've got loads of family members in Lahore as well. But this thing is amazing. It's amazing. Apparently, my DNA was also detected between 1900 and 1950 in Fiji. That's mad. That's insane. Let me close this now. Literally, it's like a rabbit hole you can go down. I spent hours on this website analysing this, analysing that, analysing this. But to let people know that I've always known, I am South Asian. My genetic group is South Asian, specific to the Punjab and to Afghanistan, but mostly the Punjabi in it. So that's it. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Like, have you ever considered doing this, tracing your heritage? Were there any shocks in there, any surprises in there? That almost 10% Scandinavian has thrown me off. I sent it to my cousins and I was like, what do you guys think? They were like, no way. Like, that's mad. Obviously, the only one who I'm going to have a complete DNA match with is my brother, and he found it all very hilarious. Me and him looked nothing alike when we were babies, and even though if you put us next to each other, you can tell we're siblings, but our skin color is different. We've both got the same lips, we've got different nose, we've got different eyes, face shape. Ever since I lost weight, my cheekbones really pop out a lot more. My skin color as well has gone back to the skin color it was when I was a baby. It's mad. The way the DNA works is crazy. It's interesting, it's exciting, and just goes to show basically we're all people of the world. No matter where you think you're from, you're probably not. So that's it for my video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all soon.